audible. We can see you also,
You
sir.
are not audible.
Sir, we can see you also. We can
You
hear
are
you.
not
Also.
audible. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, I wish to share something quickly because I have to get into another meeting. I want to share something on the first progress report. So I will start exactly at 4:50. So those of you who have joined, you can share that with others. Maybe I'll share a document later. I'll take a few minutes to share something which will guide you to write your first progress report. Amit, is Bhuvan or Surya, any one of them joining?
So both are joining, sir. Just a minute.
Please check. We should start. Are the CRs there in the meeting? Can you buzz in your network for students to join? If CRs are in the meeting, can I suggest you to buzz in your respective groups for students to join?
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, sir, you can start. I think Bhuvandeep sir and Surya sir are joining in next 2 minutes. So they said we can start, sir. Initially.
Okay. I'll again wait for 2 minutes, then start. Sharp at 4:50.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Amit, let me share my screen.
Sir, you can share the screen.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll start in a minute.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Bhuvan. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I think we can start, sir.
Yes, so I'll start. So, good evening, everyone. As you are aware, based on the instructions and based on the guideline, you are due for completion of the first progress report, which is nothing but studying the necessary things which are required for your project. I'll very briefly present you a sample review of literature. So this is the opening page, title, company and business unit. For example, if you are doing your internship on Nalanda Learning, your company is Nalanda Learning. Maybe you are doing at a particular place or location or business unit, write that here. Then review of literature by name of your name here, roll number here, under the guidance of write the faculty mentor here and the corporate mentor here. Okay. Then go to the content. In the content, you have to write the details of the 10 papers. So I just mentioned the title just to maintain the identity out of view. I have not mentioned the other things. So the article title, how can farm monitor the move towards optimal working capital? This was a project on working capital management. Then write the name of the authors, the name of the journal or the book or other material you refer to, and the year in which it was published. Okay, so sequentially write the particulars of the papers or the book chapters or the reports you are reviewing. So 10 marks, 1 mark for each paper. Then you have to make a summary of each paper. For example, the article 1 was how can farm monitor the moves towards optimal working capital? The purpose of this paper is to explore the potential benefits of an optimal versus observed working capital, the latter being measured by cash conversion cycle, CCC. Optimal CCC is defined and measured as the CCC that maximizes sales in the last 4 quarters. The initial exploratory results show that optimal CCC has been shorter than the observed. In addition, shorter CCC is accompanied by higher return on investment. Then the authors use various statistical tools. This is the method part of it. The authors use various statistical tools to analyze the difference between determinants of the observed and the optimal CCC. These statistical tools include Johnson co-integration test, linearity, normality test, co-integration regression, and Ranger causality test. The authors also use the benefits of the discriminant analysis in order to reach a J-score model that can be used for monitoring the move from an observed to an optimal working capital. Then the results. The results show that significant association exists between volatility of sales and CCC. Sales volatility and lagged growth of sales carry relatively the highest weight when a farm moves from observed to the optimal CCC. Shorter CCC is associated significantly with higher profitability. The observed CCC adjusts to an optimal level as inflation rises, causal potential rise in cost of goods sold. Farms prefer staying away from optimal levels of working capital. As economic growth slows down, farms stay at the current level of observed working capital. The results are subject to industry and size effects, and the DJIA and the NASDAQ listed farms adjust observed CCC to optimal levels. Then, the significance of the contribution. This paper offers 3 advances in literature. The first advance is that it predetermines an optimal level of the working capital empirically. To the best of the author's knowledge, up to the date of submission, other related studies did not include an empirical solution to determine optimal working capital. The second advance is that the paper develops an empirical discriminant model that can be used for monitoring farms' move from an observed to optimal working capital. So, the 4 paragraphs, the purpose, the method, the results, and the contribution. Similarly, and third advance, there are 3 contributions. Similarly, Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, Article 6, Article 7, Article 8, Article 9, and Article 10. Any questions? Anybody has a question on this?
Sir, it's compulsory to take down 10 articles?
Yes, compulsory. 1 mark per article.
Okay, sir.
If you are not reading 10 articles, that means you are not prepared for your work. Yes, Rohit?
Sir, we have to find the article related about our JD, right?
Yes, your work. These articles are related to working capital management because the student had done a project on working capital management.
But sir, in our XIP there is no give to the proper JD. There's just assign some work related sales. So we have
It's
not
not sales.
assigned- Huh?
Sales is not JD. Sales is not JD.
Yes, sir, we know that, sir. But therefore, I
Do you
can
know
say
how to
that.
do sales?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to do sales?
Sir, the company says that you have to generating the sales.
You have to
we can-
generate sales. Is there a theory for generating sales?
So they have not provided any other details about the company or any project. They just given us provided as a website link and told to bring maximum.
They have
number of,
asked you to it's a sales project, a reel regarding personal selling. Is it personal selling or B2B selling or institutional
Yes, sir,
selling?
personal selling, sir.
personal selling.
Read book chapters. If you can't find a good book chapter for personal selling, ask me. I'll give you a good book chapter. Identify articles on personal selling. Try to understand the ins and out of personal selling. You should be able to identify 10 articles or book chapters or a mix of book chapters and articles on personal selling. You must have learned part of it in marketing management. This is the time to revise what you have learned and some new things to learn. Anybody else? Rohit, did I answer your question? Rohit, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, Harsh.
Sir, in the last, we have to put the reference. So it will be according to that format. Right?
Actually, I have given, you see, no need to put references last. I have given you the list. You are starting with the details of the papers and then you are describing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
When you finally write your report, then your bibliography will come at the end.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
For the continuous evaluation 1, mention the papers in the second page. First is the opening background page. Second page is the list of the papers and then the review.
So do we get a this sample for the format?
I hope you have made notes, Kamlesh.
Yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so Ashok sir, are you finished? Do you want to add anything else, sir?
No, I want to go actually. I have another meeting at 5, so I wanted to finish. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, sir.
Any doubt? Feel free to reach me, but no compromise on the quality. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so I hope, yeah, please switch on your cameras. आज के आज सबको फर्स्ट प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट का लिंक मिल गया होगा, राइट? And some of you also called me. So if you click the link, everything has been given in the link itself. Some of you panicked and said, "उसमें क्या है?" 3 meetings back, way back in month of February, I had already shared with you the evaluation scheme. ठीक है? So that has been shared with you. So there should not be any doubt. The last section, the first part of that evaluation scheme, it tells you about the first progress report. If you click on the link, you will also find it has been expressed what you need to do. First is that you need to be aware of the objectives. Second is you need to define the scope of the project. What is the scope? Which means that you will set the boundaries around which your project is going to work. What is going to be that you are concentrating on, and what is that you are purposefully leaving out. And then you have to work on the background and the literature, and there comes the literature. So literature doesn't mean only the journal articles. You can also put other credible sources. For example, if I want to study about the industry, I can refer to Economic Times. If I want to understand about, let's say, retail industry, I can also refer to the recent newspaper articles from credible publications. So that is a good way to go about it. And lastly, I have also, like, I think 2 months back, Surya sir and we also shared about what is called the ICE framework, right? So ICE framework का workbook भी share किया गया है. The motive is very simple. You have to know about your industry, your company, and at the end of the day, your employment profile. So both have to be submitted. For those of you who have started your SIP at the beginning of May, this is 1/3 complete. So today is the 3rd week. So please submit it. The date has been finalized 25th for you. For those of you who have joined late or are still in process, you still will get a leeway. Just make sure that once your faculty guides are known to you, you update them that, you know, this is the progress. If you have been able to submit, you have submitted. If you need some more time to submit, you need to do that. On 25th, we will share this link with all the faculties. So now they are at the evaluation side, right? So you have to make sure that if you have not submitted, you give them reason why you have not submitted. Either it has started late or something or other like that, right? So that is all. I think we can take questions. So Surya sir, if you want to add anything.
I just request everyone to switch on their cameras. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you're wearing clothes, please switch on your camera.
Abhijit, I see you. Do you have something that is troubling in your life? कोई दिक्कत परेशानी? Nothing.
Sir, doubts.
Yes, ask.
Sir, in the
journal you have to write, sir, can we get the topics of how to differentiate the 10 different types of journal actually?
So you know Google Scholar, right? And you should know some keywords, and from there you start doing that. So go to the Google Scholar and know the keywords that you are searching for. For example, if I am looking after employee engagement and training, then I will go and search on Google Scholar, and from there I will get into the sources. At this point of time, we are not we are not expecting you to do a deep literature research like for an academic project, but you should know what are the recent trends in research. That is all we are asking. Okay, Abhijit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the time for question. I would rather want you to ask here rather than calling me throughout the week. Sir, ye nahi ho raha hai, wo nahi ho raha hai. Please ask right now if you have anything.
How many of us here are yet to get an internship?
You can raise your hand.
Rohit has raised. Jyotirmay, Rohit has put down. Achha. Some people are undecided whether they have an internship or not. They're raising and then putting down their hands. Okay, why is the attendance so low, Amit? And this was supposed to be a batch meeting, right?
Yes, sir. We have already informed the students yesterday only, but I don't know why only 140 students are here.
So number should have been 336 minus some exigencies. I can say that 10% exigency हो सकता है. तो 300 के आसपास तो number होना चाहिए ना?
Yes, sir. No, I'm just taking the attendance. I'm just seeing who are absent and who are not generally not present. So I will be just make sure the mails will be good today.
Okay.
So, sir, actually, yes, sir, it's me, Harsh. Sir, actually, our work time is till 6 p.m. So normally, sometimes it's difficult to do meeting during this time period and before 6 p.m. So
Absolutely agree, Harsh, and I really respect that point of view. But I know you are the COVID batch who has done exams on WhatsApp and Zoom, right? So,
no, sir, I am not that person. So I think maybe I'll tell you about myself later when I'll meet you. So
no, I'm talking about 330 people. I'm not talking about one Harsh Prakash. I'm talking about 330 people. Huh? So multitasking is a thing that is built into your generation, and if you want to do a meeting, you will do a meeting. It's that. So I know that all of you have a number of other things to take care of. So do we. But okay. To the people who have raised their hands for not yet gotten there yet, we will get you something within the next 5 days. So we have extended because of overlaps. Actually, our numbers did not match. We had predicted to finish the entire batch. Finish allocating the entire batch by the end of this week, which was supposed to be today. But still there are around 20-25 students, and among them 8 are here in the meeting, who have not yet been allocated an internship. So we will do that by Wednesday latest, which means for some cases your internship might be extended till around 3rd week of May. Okay, my advice to you is whenever there's a opportunity coming in and it is in your area, please do apply and get through. Whoever are not getting through, will absorb them in some group companies and conduct the internships. Okay, one thing I wanted to impress upon everyone, irrespective of whether they have already gotten through or not, is do not take feedback from your senior batch. Because of 3 primary reasons. I'll tell you those reasons. 3 primary reasons. Do not take feedback or advice from your senior batch. सबसे बड़ा reason ये है कि their internship happened during a pandemic. Your internship is happening after the pandemic. All of those internships were work from home in a situation where everybody was working from home. Most of your internships are, even when they are work from home, the company is fully functional. So your context is going to be different, your learning is going to be different. Do not take advice from them. Second, they are not the best people to advise you because last time's output was one of the lowest outputs in our history. It is not that everybody did a bad job, and there was contextual thing also. But if you take advice and formats from them, कि अच्छा ठीक है report format भेजो मैं copy करके मार दूंगा, it's not going to work out for you because you will get the same lower marks that they got. Last time marks were not as per our expectations. Third reason is your internship is your responsibility. Your context is unique. Do that on your own. Take help from your mentor. Take help from your corporate guide, take help from your faculty guide. But do not try to copy things from your senior batch. Okay? Makes sense? और 150 लोग तो फिर भी हो, हाँ ना कुछ तो पता चले.
Yes, sir.
चलिए बढ़िया है. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है अभी बताओ. Let us discuss that out. Let us find resolutions for that. Some students have already reached out to us in various forums. We are acting upon all of those feedback, so do not think that things are not moving. It takes sometimes a couple of days for things to happen. But I know there are 3 companies which are in our radar which we know about, where we are trying to fix the issues. One is Shipping Karo. One is Seekify or Seekho. Seekify or Seekho.
Seekify.
Seekify/Seekho. उसमें Seekho करके भी कुछ करके कर रहे हैं. And third is Philo Control. So we have taken note of all of these three. We have acted upon all of these three. The output is awaited. So just hold on. Yeah. Okay, Rohit.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm talking about the Voxin digital work. Sir, we have not get any the proper JD. To take first right now we have not get any the proper JD.
जैसे मीटिंग हो रहा है हम करके आते हैं 2 मिनट.
सर आप साइलेंट नहीं है.
Sir, we have not get proper JD, and the first day, and they said that yes, these are 3 projects. One is sales, second is digital marketing, and third is market research. And right now they said that you have not said anything. We have not sent you to the next project, and the platform which they have provided to sell that was not in proper manner. We have already informed the company that these are the major issues we have facing, but they didn't reply properly.
So the communication between the corporate guide and us are too complicated because it's only on the weekends, or it's always a message to us that telling this kindly perform your sales and to increase the number of participants on the portal. That's the thing happening in Voxin Digital, sir. So somehow we tried to communicate our problems with them, but they barely give it attention to that.
Okay. Multiple issues identified by Rohit and Dibyendu. First, let me say this to all of you. Welcome to the real world. आप लोगों को लगता है ना कि मतलब हर जगह जेडी बना हुआ रहेगा, प्रोसेस बना हुआ रहेगा, हम जिनसे बात करेंगे हमसे अदब से बात करेंगे, हम लोग MBA हैं, हमसे प्यार से बात करेंगे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है रियल वर्ल्ड. I got a rude shock. I'll tell you, just take 2 minutes with Bhuvan sir's permission and narrate my own experience. Bhuvan sir already has heard of this story, but narrate my own experience. In 2007, I got into internship 15 years ago. Got into internship with Colgate-Palmolive. Brilliant company, great work culture, बहुत बढ़िया. But my boss was a guy called George Moraes. He was one of the national sales managers. There were 2 national sales managers in Colpal handling the entire sales for Colpal. He was handling South and West, George Moraes. And I landed up in Colpal. I had a great interaction with some of the other people. Then I met Mr. Moraes. He asked me to come in. And he went through my CV. He had my CV in his hand. And said, oh, so you think you know everything? So I was like, ये कहाँ से आया? मुनाफी तो बात भी नहीं की है. No, you are from IIT Kharagpur, I am Lucknow, you know everything. No reason for him to say that, no? But he did that. He gave me a paper which was my entitlement for the company privileges. I was entitled to a car and 5,000 rupees of hotel expenses, 2,000 rupees of dearness allowance for food. He said, you will not use any of these. You will travel by state bus and use your food, utilize your food amount only for 1,000 rupees. I said, but then you are giving me this in writing. He says, no, I will only approve, no? I will not approve if you give any car bill. I'll not give any hotel bill for more than 2,000. I'll not allow any food bill for more than 1,000. When I ended up in ITC a year later in my final placement, and my first boss was another guy called Mr. Suresh Jacob. First meeting, very similar. You're IIT IIM, so you know everything. And then next are words which I cannot utter in this company. All beep words. वो जो beep हो जाता है ना सिनेमा स्क्रीन में, वो सारे beep words आ रहे थे. And that was not a unique thing. Every morning at 8 o'clock to 8:15, he'll give me a call. And he'll say, Beeper, where are you? Right? First day of ITC after orientation, I was handed over a cycle, given a route of 7 kilometers, given 4 gutka bags full of cigarettes and other things, and asked to go and sell in retail shops. You can't ride the cycle because there are shops all over. So you are essentially walking 7 kilometers once, coming back to the depot, going back and walking 7 kilometers again in the evening for doing collection. Right? Fresh out of IIM, laptop लेके गए हैं और बाइसाइकिल लेके 7 किलोमीटर 14 किलोमीटर चल रहे हैं. प्रोसेस कुछ पता नहीं. ठीक है. So my point here is that life is not what you expect it to be.
Sir, actually the thing is we can accept that, sir. पर
देखो, जेडी कई जगह होता है, कई जगह नहीं होता है. जहां पे होता है, मैं गारंटी देता हूं 100% of the places, 100% of the places JD is deviated from. 100% गारंटी है. Because JD is only a guideline. आप लोगों का, मैं देख रहा हूं बहुत लोगों का ये ओरिएंटेशन है कि जेडी में हमारे लिखा नहीं है, हमको बोल रहे हैं कंटेंट बनाओ. हमारा HR इंटर्नशिप है सर. कंपनी का रिक्वायरमेंट है, करो. एंड इट डजंट डिपेंड वेदर इट इज अ स्टार्टअप और एन इंटर्नशिप. आईटीसी में हमने इतना काम किया है जो हमारे जेडी या जेडी के आसपास कहीं पे कुछ नहीं था. So first advice that I want to give to all of you is have a broad mind, keep a learning mind. Life is not what you have thought of it to be. You will get a lot of surprises, you will get a lot of opportunities. Utilize those opportunities to learn. बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसे करवाने का बोलेंगे कंपनी वाले जो आपके जेडी में नहीं है, आपके काम के परव्यू में आपको नहीं लगता है. करो वो काम, उससे भी सीखो. केवल वहां पे आप मुझे आके बताओ जहां पे कुछ अनएथिकल करने बोला जा रहा है, इलीगल करने बोला जा रहा है, या फिर आपको फोर्स किया जा रहा है फैमिली मेंबर्स को सेल करो कुछ, वो तुरंत हाईलाइट करो. फैमिली मेंबर्स को सेल करना नहीं है. आप फैमिली मेंबर्स को बिल्कुल सेल मत करो. यू टॉक टू योर सेल्स फैकल्टी, जॉय सर से बात करो. ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट आर अ फ्यू गुड वेज टू फाइंड कोल्ड लीड्स. कोल्ड लीड्स क्या होता है आपको पता नहीं है वो क्या है, लेकिन कहीं से आपको डेटा मिला कि ये हो सकता है, मुझसे खरीदो. दैट्स नॉट योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली. ठीक है. वी डोंट वांट आवर, मेरे फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. इट इज अ लेजिट वे ऑफ डूइंग सेल्स. But the problem is companies are abusing this method to hire cheap interns and then do sales of that amount. आपको देंगे 5,000 10,000 और सेल्स करवा देंगे 30,000 का, तो फायदे में वो रहेंगे. तो उसमें हमको नहीं जाना है. हम वो कॉलेज है नहीं. बहुत कॉलेजेस होंगे, but we are not in that tier. So find out ways and means to get those cold leads, do sales without selling to your friends and family. समझ रहे हो? बाकी you have to take a lot of things in your stride. कहीं से मुझे कंप्लेंट्स मिले हैं कि मतलब 10 घंटा 12 घंटा काम करा रहे हैं, तो मैं बोलता हूँ मेरी नौकरी ले लो, मैं 14 घंटा काम कर रहा हूँ. मैं तो घर जाके फिर इवैल्यूएशन करेगा. The point is, in internships, do not try to put a constraint of time beyond reasonable limits. Reasonable limit क्या है? 10-12 घंटा. 14 घंटा नहीं करना है. 14 घंटा अनहेल्दी है. ठीक है. सौमित्र, मुझे पता है तेरा केस. I have already discussed कि फिनो कंट्रोल में हम लोग कर रहे हैं. We have already taken some
yes sir,
and we expect resolution by Monday.
thank you sir.
ठीक है, मैंने वो बोल दिया था अपफ्रंट. फिनो कंट्रोल, सिकिफाई एंड शिपिंग करो. राइट. इन तीनों में हमें प्रॉब्लम्स पता है, सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू समथिंग अबाउट दैट. So Rohit and Dibendu, I know I have not offered you any solution, but if the problems are beyond these, I am willing to listen more and provide a solution if needed.
No, sir. Thank you for this. Sir, I have to say last word for in the first meeting they have said that we cannot provide you the database of any customer. You have to reach out to their own customer. They have to, they have indirectly say that you have to sell your own contacts. Whether you have to in your friend zone or in your family relatives anywhere, but you have to closest to your phone circle. We have not provide you the database of your customer. If we get
so own contacts, Rohit, own contacts can also mean contacts generated on your own and not necessarily your friends and family. So look at, for example,
through Google Forms and other sources, we have generated some contacts. We have called them. We have offered them the product, but they have ignored. So the reasons, for particular reasons they have ignored, we prepared a draft report for the company to show it to the HR or our corporate guide, but he completely told that it's meaningless or something like that, and told keep focus on your performance. So that's the thing is going on, sir, and it's completely.
हाँ, Voxen Digital का JD है. आप दोनों ने बोला कि JD नहीं है. So Amit has shared the entire JD with me. It was shared with all of you during registration time itself. So Voxen Digital का JD तो है. तो आप लोग factually तो गलत पकड़े गए हो. But ठीक है. I understand your issues, but I don't think it merits action at this point of time. I'll advise you to find more ways of finding out leads and doing sales as per the sales process. Keep the dialogue alive. कहीं पे आपको problem हो रहा है, मेरे साथ और बात करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But at this point, I don't think it merits any action. ठीक है? Somebody had raised his or her hand and they have lowered it.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes, sir.
I'm also working from Voxen Digital, but sir, when I saw the JD at that time, it was not mentioned that we have to do sales, but now they are telling that we have to do sales now. So that is the main.
वो तो मैं पहले ही हैंडल कर चुका हूँ ना कि JD में नहीं लिखा हो तब भी करना पड़ेगा ना आपको.
सर
मतलब लीड जनरेशन है उनका.
हाँ सर, पर मतलब हम
लीड जनरेशन इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट.
हाँ, प्रोफाइल सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग है.
Learn and apply sales technique. Do you want me to share here on the screen?
No, sir. Actually, they told us to choose one field, so I have chosen market research at that time.
Sir, I think the mail which have came to us, that I think, sir, I'm not sure. I'm not telling it on my confidence, but I believe that the JD was not attached. There was a Google form mentioning the fields in which we are going to do the internship, that mentions market research, consumer behavior, lead generation, and other things. I completely remember the form, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So lead generation to wahi hai na? Then you applied for sales techniques.
No, sir. There are different. There were no complete GD attached to that mail, sir. That's what I am trying to say. And we have filled a Google form that mentioned all these areas.
See, I just want to interrupt. I'm sorry, but there was no GD attached. The GD was already in the mail. There is no GD attached. That's what sir is saying. You can just check the mail.
ठीक है, इस पे बहुत ज्यादा बहस करके कोई बात नहीं है. मैं आप लोगों का प्रॉब्लम समझ रहा हूँ एंड प्रॉब्लम इज जेन्युइन, मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बट निट पिकिंग इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. सो जस्ट ट्राई टू गो थ्रू द सेल्स प्रोसेस. आप लोग जॉय सर से एक बार टाइम लेके 15 मिनट का एक सेशन करा लो, 10-15 मिनट का, जहाँ पे ही गिव यू एन ओवरव्यू ऑफ हाउ टू गो अबाउट दिस. ओके, coordinate between yourself. There are like 10-15 of you. So coordinate between yourself. Take 10-15 minutes of Joy sir's time. एक quick session करा लो. Joy sir will help you.
Himalay, are you there? I got a mail from you, message from you. Himalay. Okay, not there.
College कब खुलेगा? College जुलाई में खुलेगा. Whoever is asking, मुझे केवल माही दिख रहा है. महिमा हो सकता है, और क्या हो सकता है? महीम. Who is this?
Mahima.
महिमा राधा ज्योति. ओके, बाप रे, 3 नाम एक साथ. नील नितिन मुकेश. हाँ, महिमा जुलाई में खुलेगा स्कूल. स्कूल विल ओपन आई थिंक अराउंड July 4th. July 4th खुल जाएगा, बट आप लोग थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ऐसे ट्रांचेस में आओगे, क्योंकि किसी किसी का थोड़ा बाद में हो रहा है तो वो बाद तक रहेगा, वैसे थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड आएंगे. हम लोग पहले रिपोर्ट और इवैल्यूएशंस हैंडल कर लेंगे. So before the end of July, we should be done with all the evaluations.
So I just want to emphasize, please make sure that you are ready with whatever you have done up till that point by July end. I don't want to hear again, sir.
July end, mid of July.
Mid of July, correct.
Because then the evaluation process will happen.
Yeah. So that we will start it as soon as possible. So don't say, sir, we started at 3rd week of May, nothing, because it means that whatever you have done up till now, that will be used for evaluation. So that is what is going to happen. Okay. And please make sure that you have a draft report ready, which does not mean it has to be the whole report, but there will be a draft report. Okay. There is a question from Machine. Sir, we have been assigned faculty guide, or will it be the same as our mentor? Surya sir, you want to take that?
नहीं, नया फैकल्टी गाइड असाइन हो चुके हैं. आई थिंक बिकॉज ऑफ सम मेल का कंटेंट वो जा नहीं पाया है. सो वी विल शेयर दैट ओवर टुनाइट. बाय टुनाइट और अर्ली टुमारो यू शुड रिसीव योर फैकल्टी गाइड. फैकल्टी गाइड एलोकेशन इज बेस्ड ऑन योर प्रोजेक्ट डोमेन, एंड सेम कंपनी इज गिवन टू सेम फैकल्टी गाइड. तो दोज आर द 2 लॉजिक्स दैट वी हैव यूज्ड. यस साई.
Sir, as Bhuvan sir said that हम लोगों का जब मतलब means like my internship ends on 16th of July. So like I have to be prepared in the mid whether or not my internship is over to give the report, or do I get some time to complete the report and then present to the faculty?
इंटर्नशिप में ही रिपोर्ट खत्म करना है आपको, irrespective of when your internship is ending. Everybody is supposed to be prepared with their draft report by the mid of July. Everybody.
नहीं सर, वो तो हाँ, वो समझ रहा हूँ सर. मैं प्रेजेंटेशन का बोल रहा हूँ कि लाइक वेदर इंटर्नशिप खत्म हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है, देन वी हैव टू डू, और आफ्टर खत्म होने के बाद ही प्रेजेंट करना.
नहीं, तभी होगा ना, वही तो बोल रहे हैं. The evaluation happen from starting from the mid of July and will get over before the end of July, irrespective of whether your internship is over or not. आप कई लोग 3 महीने, 4 महीने के, 6 महीने के इंटर्नशिप में हैं. So they will have to do that 2 months of work. July 15 तक आप रिपोर्ट, ड्राफ्ट रिपोर्ट और प्रेजेंटेशन रेडी रखो. सिंपल एडवाइस है, ठीक है?
Okay sir. And sir,
you are in middle of your work, you can always put up a plan. So I remember last year the students who had not completed their whole job, so 75% what they had actually done they submitted, and the 25% which they had planned to do they submitted. That is called the draft report. There's a reason it is not called a complete report, right? So don't panic ki kaise hoga us समय. We are just asking for what you have done till now and what is your future plan, so that we could, start the evaluation process.
Can I go?
Yes, Swagatika, please go.
Sir, actually, I didn't receive any JD from the bank. So whether I should make of my own the JD part and attach in the workbook.
नहीं, आप बात कर लो आपके कंपनी में, अगर आपको बिल्कुल भी जेडी नहीं मिला है.
No, sir, because
कौन सी कंपनी का है?
IDBI बैंक है सर, लेकिन जेडी में वो लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या तुम तो एम्प्लॉय नहीं हो, अभी तुम्हें रिक्रूट करने बोल रहे हो, किसको रिक्रूट करोगे एज यू आर इंटर्न. तो अभी देखने कुछ भी बता दे तो ये कंपनी रूल्स के हिसाब आगे मतलब क्रॉस कर जाएगा एंड ऑल. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू मेक एक्चुअली.
JD nahi hai, you can always ask for deliverables for your project. So that is more important, right? So what you are supposed to deliver and what you are going to do about it. JD is just your North Pole. It's just a compass that will take your ship to the destination. So make sure you do that, right? So JD might not be possible, but sit with your concerned HR, sit with your concerned project manager and be clear what is your deliverable. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Rishi or whoever, I don't, 185 roll number, Rish करके है. Who's this? Can you come on the screen? Not here, gone. Okay. Sir, finance में project किस पे करे, JD और finance? I have not. I don't even know how to begin answering this question.
She is usually bombing.
But how do you respond to something like this?
I would start with toss a coin.
मैंने JD क्या होता है आपको समझ आ रहा है ना रुशाली? JD is job description. तो जो भी रोल में हो आप उसका JD रहता है. तो फाइनेंस में JD रहे ना रहे, आप फाइनेंस कर रहे हो. देखो मैं पहले ही एड्रेस किया था, बट आप लोग शायद नहीं समझ पा रहे हो. बार बार JD के अराउंड क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, कोई और पूछ रहा है, सर द टॉपिक गिवन टू अस, विल दैट बी आवर JD? JD इज जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, योर टॉपिक कैन नॉट बी योर JD. कई कंपनीज में JD के बिना हमने इंटर्नशिप किया है बिकॉज ऑफ अ टाइम प्रेशर. सो ईदर टॉक टू योर कॉर्पोरेट गाइड फॉर अ JD. अगर नहीं हो पाता है देन गो अहेड एंड just describe what you are doing, what the responsibilities are. It's job description. Okay. I am facing technical issue. Okay. I think that is regarding what? Acha, Rishi is facing technical issue. Okay. Rusali, they mentioned finance intern. बहुत बढ़िया. तो फाइनेंस ही करोगे ना, JD पे इंटर्नशिप थोड़ी ना करोगे. Okay. Any other questions?
I'm glad we cleared what is JD, right? नहीं तो पूरा 2 महीने निकल जाते हैं और बोलते कि सर JD is our topic. Don't do that.
सर हो सकता है 2 साल निकल जाए. Jokes aside is not to make you feel bad, but just to have a little bit of humor at your expense. Okay. If I don't see any more questions, I have many more
One question, sir.
pressing things to do. Yes, Ajay.
Sir, what we have to do in the 25 presentation, the notification we had got.
क्या 25 presentation क्या होता है?
Sir, the presentation that we have to give on 25th. The email we have got that.
25th of?
Sir, I will take this. That is not a presentation, hey Bhagwan. That is the project report. That is project report that you have to submit on a link. Can you read, Ajay? Read the mail. You have to upload on a Google link. कहाँ लिखा है उसमें presentation करना है?
Oh, sorry, sir. Somebody just told me, so I thought it was.
Bus. Somebody told me. Read it for yourself. You have to upload your first progress report. मतलब रामायण खत्म हो गया, अशोक सर आके उस पर लेक्चर देके चले गए, अब तुम पूछ रहे क्या करना है. Okay, sir. So we just have to write what we did in our internship in that report. No. You have to write a novel that and you have to upload.
Sir, kindly share the document Ashok sir was explaining.
How can I share something? How can I share something he was explaining?
वो तो बोल दिए नहीं देंगे वो आप नोट्स लो करके बोले नहीं आपने सुना नहीं वो
हाँ सर सुने बट सेंड
Like you are going to McD and asking, please give me a KFC order.
ऐसा नहीं
Sir, I have taken a
Ask,
screenshot.
if you need something from Ashok sir, ask him.
Okay
Okay?
sir. Yes sir.
तो एक और क्वेश्चन है उसमें कि कितने पेज का फर्स्ट रिपोर्ट होगा?
कितने पेज का फर्स्ट रिपोर्ट होगा? That is up to you.
क्यों 100 पेज का बोल दो
It can be minimum two word pages in 12 font. 12 size font. Who is going to evaluate your first project report? Who? Maybe our mentor. Yeah, so your SIP faculty guide. So when the list comes, be in touch with them and get the how many pages you want, how many words you want, you know, what format you want, how many font you want, should it be double space, single spaced, should it be in PDF, should it be in Word, should it be in text, should it be in video form. So that is a sacrosanct contract between you and your SIP guide. Okay, that should answer all. Okay, sir. So I think we all are okay now, little bit less worried, and hopefully you are more and more happy to work and learn on your SIP. So I will end it here now. Okay. So and we'll meet probably next week or sometime in future. So till then, make sure that you do a very good work because you are the brand ambassador of KSOM outside in the world, right? Yes, sir. We are the brand ambassador. So do your very best. Okay. Okay. All the best. Thank you, Surya sir.
Thank you, sir.
Amit, we can close the meeting now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.